uh, because this isn't normal. And I think y'all know that this isn't normal. Those of you that have had kids come through the program, I don't know that the superintendent's been in the Booster Club about 20, 30 years, probably, you know. So the reason I'm here is because we've gotten to a point where we need a little help, right? And I'm gonna be honest, because I've had an honest conversation with Shelly, I've had a good conversation with Coach Ramos. So I've kicked around all day, how do we go from where we're at today to where we need to go? And the only way I know to do that is to just talk, be honest, and then have conversation as adults that are all here for the same common purpose. And the same common purpose is our kids, okay? And I will tell you, typically when you call in the superintendent or anybody else, it's because at some point in time, the focus got lost and it's moved away from the kids and it's moved to adults not always getting along. And if you've been around me long enough, you know that anytime you have a lot of adults in the room, adults can often, egos, agendas, things can start to blur the purpose. And so the number one thing I'm here to remind everybody is that we're here for our kids, all of our kids. The football kids, the cross-country kids, the track kids, the baseball kids, the softball kids, the boys, the girls. We're here for all of them. We're not here for me. We're not here for any of you. We're not here for Coach Ramos. We're here for the kids, right? And that's the main thing is when we're done here tonight, that's where our focus has got to get back to. I'll be honest, the role of a superintendent Booster Club, because I've had to do all my research, because I knew what it was like as a coach. And I knew what it was like as a coach's kid, but the role of a superintendent of a Booster Club, and I was flat out told, you've got two calls. You either allow them to continue to operate under them, because we can't run it, because it's associated with the school, but it's not under the school. Does that make sense? Like nobody in here is an employee of me. Well, you are now, but not in this sense, right? But what you do is associated with our student athletes. So they flat out said your choices are A or B. Get them right and continue to run or disband it until it can run right. Well, I'm going to choose A. We're going to choose A because our kids are worth A. Agreed? Can we agree on that? Because if we can't agree on that, there's no point in me even continuing. We've got to agree on that. I am videoing it. That way we can put it out for anybody that's not here tonight that wants to be a part of the Booster Club, because I'm really happy the amount of people that are here. Because looking back at the minutes, this isn't the amount that have normally been at meetings. I think it's usually the board, correct me if I'm wrong, Eric, president, VP, and then the board and a couple others. Correct? So this is a good turnout, correct? Yes. So if it takes this to get people here, that's a good thing, but this will be the last time I'm here. This will be the last time I'm doing this. When I'm done tonight, it'll be back in y'all's hands. And I hope that the crowd continues to be this. Does that make sense? So how did we get here today? And I'm going to tell the good and the bad, because I think that's the only way we move forward. If you look at the bylaws, we are here, let's just cut to the chase. We are here because there is some question about whether or not the current board was elected the right way, did things the right way, or did things the wrong way and not the transparent way. That's how my conversations started. Right? So visiting with everybody, I'm going to tell you how we got here. According to the bylaws, everything was done on the up and up. Shelly, I'm going to brag on you a little, okay? And I'm not going to say anything that I haven't said to the people that, in my opinion, we need to make sure that no one's attacked here tonight, first and foremost, because that will end this thing real quick. But on May 29th, there was a meeting. The meeting was called plenty days early. It's got to be called 72 hours in advance. It was called plenty early. Now, I've been told that there, again, and Eric, I may reference you some, there's never been just a huge amount over the last year, right? It's pretty much been board and a few others, right? So I believe at that meeting, the attendance was low, but the attendance is what the attendance is typically at. Now, there may have been some effort and some conversations to get more people here, to get more people interested in running for the board before that May 29th meeting. There may have been some people go to other people and them say, no, I'm not interested. I'm too busy with this board, or I'm too busy with that board. I don't have time. So there was 3 people at that meeting, and at that meeting, they elected their officers. Now, we're going to change some of the bylaws after tonight, because one thing these bylaws say is that you've got to post that we're having a meeting. We're going to add that we've got to have an agenda to it, because I just think that's the right thing to do with any board. And if you're a part of anything that has a board, it helps to know what's on the agenda, so people know whether or not to show up or not. Agree, Rebecca? And I'm going to be honest, the one thing, and I can ask Shelley, what's the one thing I told you we might not should have done? What's the one thing?
Have the meeting during the weather.
Have the meeting during that weather. Right? And so I've looked at it, and that's the one question I have. If we knew there was going to be a storm that night, why did we not move the meeting? She says, well, it didn't look like there was going to be a storm, and it was sunny outside. Right? So I get that. But I also know, and I told them, y'all didn't know this, but my house is one of the ones that got hit. I know I was in my closet telling Logan I love him at 6:15, so I was unsure if my house was about to be Wizard of Oz out of La Mesa. Right? So I do know that theoretically could have kept people from coming to this meeting. All right, so that's May 29th, and I don't hear anything until recently. But it makes sense because we're about to get things kicked back up. And now there's some interest in Booster Club, and people are like, well, when are we doing the elections? And the elections have already been done. Right? So here I am, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, there's no winning for me tonight. I lost as soon as I was asked to come. Because my choices, the way I looked at it, were I either say, okay, since they had the meeting on the night of a tornado, we're going to say that meeting didn't happen, we're going to reopen elections, and we're going to reestablish the board. Or I could say, you know what? They followed every bylaw. Yes, there was a storm that night. Maybe they should have thought about it, but they followed every bylaw. They posted the meeting. They had the election. The attendance was pretty normal. And that's what it was. So all day today, that's where I've been. Because I don't know what the right thing to do is. And that's why I started with what I started, because to me, the right thing to do is get the focus back on our kids. Whatever I have to do as superintendent to get our focus back on our kids, period, that's what I've got to do. And as these words come out of my mouth, I'm not going to lie, I still don't know what that is. So what I've decided to do is this. I've decided to take a chance and allow the adults in the room to have a conversation and see if we can work this out. And do this the right way. Respect the process that was done. Recognize that maybe there are some things that some of us think could have been done more transparent or better. Because the fact is, and I told Ramos this, I can't leave here tonight and him run the Booster Club. I can't run the Booster Club. This Booster Club can only run if the adults in this room can run it. And I'm looking at a room of the leaders of La Mesa. Like people, and y'all may not know this, people in this room that I look up to, because I know for a fact y'all got great kids, and y'all have gone above and beyond every time I've ever been around just to do everything you can to help the kids of La Mesa. So I know the heart and the brain is in the right place. So what I'm about to do, again, I'm here as the superintendent with 2 choices. Allow you to operate, allow you to not operate. I'm going to take B and put it in the trash can because our kids deserve y'all. But I am about to go stand right back over there. Is there anything I haven't said? Is there anything I have left out? Is there anything I have not said before we start, Ms. Ranford? Is there anything I haven't said that we've talked about?
No, sir. I think it was on my head, sir.
So I'm going to step to the side, and I am going to see if the adults in the room can work this out and get to a point where I don't even know that I want to do elections tonight. But I thought earlier, y'all are not my employees. That's not my call. I'll be honest, I think if you decide to do that, you don't do it tonight. I think you see if everybody's going to come back. Because everybody came tonight because there's controversy. We've got to start coming because there's kids. Period. So I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to shut up, and I'm going to watch to see if we can get this problem solved. And that will influence the decision we make at the end of the night. Before I do, Ramos, do you have anything you'd like to say? That's one thing I'm gonna say. AD should have always been at the meetings. From what I understand, that's been something that's happened for a while. You guys that have been on Booster Club, I think that's been something for a while. The AD's not been at the meetings. I've never been in a place the AD's not come to the meetings. Ramos, you ever been in a place, AD Gensler? Here's why. School board meetings. That meeting belongs to the school board, not me. But as superintendent, if they have questions about the district, if they need reports about the district, if they need advising about the district, who do they ask? Me. That's why I'm there. He can't vote. He ain't on the board. He can't tell you what to do. But if y'all got questions about the athletic programs, if y'all need advising, who do you ask? Him. So moving forward, he will be at all meetings. Saying that, before I turn this over to the other non-football coaches and non-superintendents in the room, do you have anything to add to that?
I just want to say that you guys, I think everybody in this room has a common faces that I've seen quite a few times, and I'm gonna tell you, the community for me is supported. Plus, I think we all have the same thing in mind, and that's the best thing for our kids. Our input, our opinions may differ, but I think when we all come back to the central focus of it is, are we here to give our kids the best opportunity to have an enhanced experience in athletics? And I think if we just keep that at the forefront, I know I do that a lot. Every kid that I interact with, I try to make sure that their experience with us is the best possible they can do. I ain't always right, but I love your kids, and I think we're on the same page. I want the best for your kids. And that ain't always gonna be, anything other than loving on them, giving them an opportunity to be here, being available for them, and just working my tail off for them. So I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys coming out, showing concern. It shows me that you guys do care. Show there is a community. I think we just need to open up the lines of communication. I think we need to be transparent with one another. We need to say what we think. We need to say what the best possible option. And just because any particular input isn't used doesn't mean it's not valuable at any meeting when we're talking about our kids. And so I want to say I appreciate you guys being here tonight. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to, it will eventually mean a lot to what you do for our kids.
So that's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to sit down and I ask that when somebody's talking, you let them talk. Listen first, talk second. Everybody's voice matters. If you're in this room, your voice matters. If you're in this room, you showed up tonight. Some of you got kids in school, some of you got kids coming, some of you got kids going, but everybody in this room is here for a reason. So your voice matters. You came for a reason. Voice your concern.
I have a question. Who are the officers?
When I'm done, I'm going to let Shelley speak first. But the last thing I'll say is, if you need me to make a decision, I will make a decision tonight. But if you need me to make the decision, then our booster club has bigger problems. I hope I'm going to be able to go stand over there and see a bunch of people who love Lamesa do good things and come to a good decision. So, with that being said, Shelley, I'm going to let you speak for a minute, and then we're going to just have a conversation.
Okay, so Richie's right. You gotta listen first, talk later. So I'm just gonna let y'all know we had 2 positions that were available. Those positions were president and vice president. Eva and I moved up whenever no one showed up to the meeting and was elected on May 29th, but that's something that can now be changed. If y'all would want us to stay as president and vice president, or if y'all would like us to go back down to our positions of treasurer and secretary, which right now we're kind of doing both.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're kind of doing all.
But we want a big group. We want all these people in this room and more. We want y'all's aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, grandparents. We want everybody. We don't want it to just be us. So
Yeah.
I guess now it's just a decision of where do y'all want us to be of help to y'all, and then the next step would be when we would vote, if today or if not, like, was it by?
Yeah.
And I do apologize because I said I'm going to shut up, and sometimes I have a hard time with that. And I appreciate that, and that is absolutely a consideration, but I think the rest of y'all are doing them a disservice if you don't at least consider that they were the ones that showed up on the night of that tornado. So, commence.
So like they, or, I'm gonna speak it on you, but y'all know me. So we did have that meeting and we have posted and, honestly, we wanted to stay at our position. We wanted to stay as secretary and treasurer. But by our bylaws, we had no choice but to move around. We had no choice to vote up.
There
our
always has to
position.
be an acting president.
VP, so we had to move up. So we're sitting there by ourselves, us three. And we're sitting there and nobody showed up. And at that time, the weather, there wasn't anything bad. It was at 5 o'clock. So I think the tornado happened around 6, or the bad weather after 6. So we kind of was out there looking at the clouds like, oh, okay, after the meeting. But, nobody showed up, nobody at all. And it was posted twice on the athletic.
It's supposed on May 15th and May 23rd.
Yes, and also Frankie had posted it in the Lamisa ISD page. So not just by us, by them. So if this is about thinking that if y'all think we're trying just to hog those places,
We do
are
not. We do not. In fact, we want our old position.
Yeah, we want our old positions back and we would love to have a VP, somebody come in, if y'all would like.
If someone else can do it better, so be it.
Awesome, the more the
Awesome.
merrier. You know,
Yes.
like I said, we're here for the kids and we're not here to like, for our recognition or whatever, we're here for the kids. So if y'all want VP and vice president, we would love for our team to grow, our board to grow. We don't wanna stick to those positions. We had to move up by the bylaws. We had to like move around. And we've also offered it to a few people and they're kinda like, you know, we're like, come on, like,
honestly,
be with us,
yeah.
like.
No, it's scary. Being on the board is scary for this reason.
Yeah.
You are gonna be at everybody's eyesight and target.
Yeah.
Just like Ramos, with his titles, it comes with being the target of things. Richie, you're a target of things lots of times.
Oh,
Trust me, I believe.
Yes, like, it comes with it.
Yes.
So, if y'all think we can be the president and vice president, we'll accept it. If
Yeah.
y'all think we should stay as treasurer and secretary, we'll happily accept it.
Yeah, we wanna meet everybody halfway.
Yes.
We're not trying to be stingy and be like, oh no, this is what happened, they should've shown up. No, we're
I'm not saying-
open-minded.
We
If
want
y'all-
someone to go sweat with us.
Yeah, like.
I know y'all watch us sweat out
At
there.
the parade too, like, we were
Yes.
sweating. But no, like, honestly, nobody's fighting for that position. If somebody would gladly want to run for VP and president, we are ecstatic and excited to have people on our team. If y'all want us to step back down to the treasurer and secretary, that's perfectly fine. If y'all want us to stay as president and vice president, that's perfectly fine with us too. We're not trying to hog any spots like that. We're not
That's
trying
the
to.
point of a booster club. It's supposed to be a way to
Yeah.
bring everyone together, to make choices together.
Exactly,
To
yeah.
benefit the athlete.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight, period.
Yeah.
What I would like to do, because I know everybody wants, I'd like to just go table to table, starting with you. And just give, that way nobody thinks they're not gonna, everybody's gonna get a chance to talk. So, one, thank you guys
You're welcome.
for saying that, thank you all for listening. Anyone else at that table have anything to say? Okay, this table, I'll just go table to table, anything? Perfect. Boom.
Was there a deadline to when y'all had to have the, officers elected?
It's in our bylaws that selection and then that meeting in June would be the next, pretty much like where we would start the whole planning
The
and
whole
everything
planning,
after
yes.
the election of May.
So it has to be that,
It has to be in May so that in summer, we start to plan. Football season is our big season.
So what
It's-
have we done since then? I mean, like.
I've
what have
been
we done?
working on programs, we were planning the shirt sales, like, it's busy right now. This right now is busy, before school even starts, like, y'all know.
I think football season, yeah, we get ready for meet the tours, the parade, you know, stuff
Yeah,
like that.
we have
like,
to be up and ready and going for meet the tours, for
And
school opening.
But school started a little bit earlier this year, so
So we're behind.
we're kinda like behind, but we were also at a hope because we had, you know, non-disclosure meetings and our positions were hold, so we couldn't really do anything just yet. So,
So whenever y'all have, like, I know like us as a board, board,
Mhm.
if we don't have a quorum, then we can't do business, like, or.
It's not
So I
that
didn't know if that's
tight.
what, it's different here, like, it didn't matter how many.
Yeah,
showed
it's a
up.
little bit
Yeah, it's
different,
not
yeah.
that strict.
Yeah, like the.
So every
school
year,
board.
just whatever position is open is what
That's
needs
what
to be
happens in
filled.
May, and then we go on from there.
If the position's available.
Yeah.
In the bylaws, you have a 4-year minimum term. And if the position comes available, like if somebody resigns, you know, we have positions that resigns, then we hold, you know, we have a meeting, we post it online and say, hey, this is the Booster Club meeting. Not necessarily saying like, oh, this is what we're doing, like, never in the past, even when we became on the board, the meeting that it never showed on the post, like, we're taking for.
And it doesn't, and the bylaws ask for that, but that's something that I would like to change, that an
And
agenda
we would
has
like
to be
to update
posted
to
with.
the bylaws.
To update it in the bylaws.
Well, and then, so was that sent on Parents Square too in May?
It was,
Was it?
yeah, it was posted.
Yep.
Oh, just because I don't have Facebook or anything.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know when
Neither do
was-
I.
Yeah, no, she doesn't either. Yes, it was posted with Frank.
Good questions. Go ahead, Lou.
I just wanted to say thank you. I've got the deer in the headlight look. I did not realize we had drama tonight. I was like, Lisa, let's go support our tours. But I always saw Shelley out there selling shirts every game, sitting in the heat with all those shirts. And I just want to say thank you for what you have done. And for everybody else that supports, especially supports Austin. Thank
Oh,
you.
yes, we love Austin.
Let's jump to the table right over there, and if you have no comments, I'll just keep on rocking along. We're good. Okay, jumping over there.
Here.
All you, Claudia.
I honestly I texted Shelley just asking, you know, about advertising, like how do we help? I didn't know, my face is hot, I
Well,
know.
let me jump on that because of the drama stuff, guys. If
Yeah.
you've ever been around me, you know you're in a safe spot.
Yeah.
Right? So if you got an opinion, you can say it. Because if anybody tries to jump on you, we're gonna keep them from happening. So, yeah, some of y'all didn't know what you were walking into. That's great. But if you did, if you have an opinion, the only way if we don't voice it, you're just gonna be still resenting when you walk out of here tonight. So we gotta talk, we gotta get it started.
Yeah.
Home, back to you, Claudia.
I think it's great, I think y'all been doing a great job, I think like I said, whatever you need, I mean, I'm gonna help, I don't care what it is that we, if I can get it done, I'll help. Thank y'all been, I've had 4 girls, I have 2 left, and I just want to participate with the last 2, because I did it with the older 2. And didn't involve myself, so I'd like to help, whatever that is. Thank y'all for what y'all done.
You're welcome, and thank you.
Do y'all have like a group meeting, like I would always help you guys
Yes.
anytime, cause y'all never had help.
Yes,
So
we're gonna
y'all
do an
have-
updated group meet, because the past one, people kept asking us to take them out. Yes, well, and that's what we're gonna do tonight, everyone's gonna sign up, if you wanna be part of a group meeting, we need y'all's phone numbers, we need y'all's contact information to make the new one, because the last one, people didn't like the updates, people didn't like,
Also,
you know.
too, before everybody leaves, if we can just have y'all sign y'all's name for the meeting, you know, just so we can have in our minutes that everybody who attended the meeting.
You
So
can
those
do it
before
for
you-
paper.
Yeah, yeah.
And you want us to put our phone numbers for the.
Yes, yes.
If you put phone numbers, then that's
Yeah,
if you wanna do.
yeah.
They're acting as,
we're acting as both, so we did have.
Regardless, we need more officers.
Yes.
Regardless of
Yeah,
whatever happens, we need at
Regardless,
least
we
2
do need 2 more
regardless.
officers.
Yes.
like, right now, what it is, Shelley's the treasurer acting as the president, then Neva's the secretary acting as the vice president.
Yes. So when y'all do the group meeting, will y'all update everybody through there, cause I don't have social media either.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
yes.
the only place we would be updating other than major posts on, Skyward and stuff with Frankie and the.
Or like you said, when y'all leave y'all's number, we can send it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have extra personnel.
Oh, no, but I'm just saying, it's because there's nobody is like, I don't want that.
So that's what we're talking about, Richie, recommended either we vote now or we hold the vote.
If we
for next-
decide to have another election, and Ramos, you're not talking, do you still agree that we should not do it tonight, we should schedule a meeting to do it?
Right, I think we should, you know, although this is a pretty extensive group, I think we advertise just a little bit more.
I mean, I'm up for, and
More-
at the end of the day,
more-
the decision that's made by y'all is gonna override my decision, if y'all make a good decision that is good with it.
Well, I would suggest that too, because it gives us a chance to update the bylaws so the new board can vote on the new bylaws.
But let's continue our conversation, because First off, I never thought I'd hear Claudia say she doesn't have social media, so I'm absolutely for it. But
You're
let's
judging me?
continue.
In front of all
Let's
these
continue. Everybody's voice matters.
I took it off, okay? Yeah.
I think my biggest thing is y'all had a meeting, and I know y'all posted about it, obviously, and there was bad weather and everything, but I don't understand how, so all, the three that were there at the meeting were all on the board, right?
No,
No? Who was all on the board
Just us two.
in June?
And May.
May.
Oh, May,
And
sorry.
May, yes, and May.
So with that, it's hard for me to understand, like, why you guys did an election. Like, obviously, I understand that it had to be done.
By bylaws.
Yeah, at the same time, like, obviously, it would've been easier if there was an agenda, which I agree with that. That should be part of any board.
Yes.
It's just, like, I feel like if people knew that it was an election night, a lot more people would show up. Just because people.
How would you wanna know more if we posted on social media?
I'm gonna stand up for this one though. Y'all want to be on a board, y'all need to be present, and that's my opinion personally. I'm not speaking as a president, I'm not speaking as anything else. I'm speaking as someone who's been in PTO for years, who's been helping with all these other groups. We need these bodies, not just with the title. We need everybody out here all the time. I'm happy that y'all want an election, let's get it, let's do it. But we all want bodies. We need bodies. We need more than just people with titles. We need everyone to want the same stuff, whether you have a title or not. So we should post that there's an election, and we'll update that in the bylaws that need to be updated.
We will have agendas posted.
I will comment on that too.
Yeah, it was
Elected
posted?
officials?
No,
But
but
we
it's never
should-
been posted like that.
We should want to be
Yeah,
here
and
regardless.
I myself get that, how, you know, it is important that we can show us everything, and I know there's times we're all busy, but it's just like even just our regular board meetings. Not everybody shows up like they used to, and now they just show up when, depending on what's on the agenda. So I think that sort of does play a good, I mean, a
It
big
does,
role
it does.
in what it is,
No, it
because
does.
I know I couldn't make it, I mean, I was busy with my kids and I couldn't make it, so I'm guilty of that, but I think if I'd known that there was, I might have said, hey, I mean, maybe we may need to reschedule or something, because it being bad weather, that's a red flag, I mean, that right there tells you nobody's gonna
You're
show
right.
up really.
You're
You know, I
right.
mean, and I'm just saying that, you know, maybe it was important that we sort of do know what's taking place.
Yes.
We do need to try to make every meeting as we
You're
could,
right.
if we're a part of it already as it is.
Yes.
So I mean, that's.
No, you're 100% right, and that's why it needs to be updated in the bylaws, and you're 100% right, and that is why it needs to be updated. But also keep in mind, that's also why the group me failed, because people, once they weren't on a board or didn't have a title, they didn't wanna be notified anymore. They don't wanna be sweating outside. They don't wanna be doing the work that is a lot of hard work. And so what I'm asking from this group is, I know we have families, I know we're busy, and that's understandable, we won't make it to everything, but be present for these kids. It's not about us helping each other, it's about what these kids can get out of what we can offer.
So that meeting
The more
was
bodies
in the
we have.
group me too, or was that also sent in?
No,
group me, or-
because by the time that we got done taking out everybody from Group B, it was left to the people you see here.
So I have a question with that. So what about holding everybody accountable? And if you become a member,
You have to
or
be
if you
present
become a
for-
board member, and you miss 3, you're automatically off. I mean, just to get rid of all that. I mean, I
Or
know that
at
there's
least
some
you have
bylaws
to
on
show
that.
up for at least 3
Meetings, and if you
or
don't
But
make
one of
them-
the other things I'm gonna propose, that I proposed to Ramos, is instead of having meetings when you think you need them, is that once this is settled, you put some on the calendar at least once a month, put it on the calendar, that way everybody, and if you don't need it, you cancel it. But you have it if you need it, versus when you know something's coming up and then you're trying to scramble around and get everybody. So
And
we'll
honestly-
post agendas and we will have a regular scheduled meeting, sorry, go ahead.
So with that, the regular schedule meeting, I agree with that, because obviously you have a city council meeting every month, you have a school board
Board
meeting.
meeting every month.
Yeah, so I mean, that should have been something that's, it should be in the bylaws, it really should be, and obviously you can put an asterisk right there, if you don't need it, cancel it, but honestly, the way
Have
the
it on
school
the
year
calendar.
is, I think you're gonna pretty much need a monthly meeting.
Exactly, and that's
So-
an amazing change, and like I said, we just went with the bylaws, it was nothing personal, like, we didn't say like, oh, well, we're just gonna make a meeting once every 3 months,
Yeah.
or we're just gonna, it was in the bylaws.
Those bylaws do need to be updated.
Mhm.
No, yeah,
Because
I
they're
think,
old.
I think everyone here knows that the bylaws need to be updated, like,
Yeah.
especially y'all, cause I mean, this is my first meeting,
Yeah.
when I was in school, I noticed all the parents that wanted help, and it really is, we do appreciate y'all, and it was 4 years ago, but, I mean,
You're a
you
baby.
do remember the faces that are there to help y'all, so I mean, to have more people on the board, and to have all, is it 5 positions? Or 4?
It's 4.
4?
It's-
To have all positions
It's
filled?
because he's the parliamentarian, because he was our, president before.
Okay.
But his position isn't like a voting position, it's just.
But I have to say something like, the booster club, where there was no booster club 2 years ago, there was nothing. So when these guys came in, I didn't even go, cause I'm like, Aaron, I'm not getting involved, like, that's just, it's too busy. And so he came and they were voted in by, that cafeteria was full of people, you
Really,
can probably
really
go
full.
back and look at pictures of that, they were voted in with nothing to look at.
No
There-
ballots, zero
Nothing,
ballots.
no money, and he went and he got the tax ID going, like, he researched it, he got it going. I mean, I
We
just
went
feel
and
like
did everything.
even the bylaws were kind of like, where are they?
Yeah.
What do we do? So it's all, it's old,
Yeah, it's old.
it is old. Moreland was present at every meeting that we had up to
Good.
that point.
And he would leave.
When you would leave.
Yeah,
He
so-
would, like how you opened it up, and then he would step out.
Well, I mean, I've got 3 things we're gonna fix. AD will be there, we'll have agendas posted, and we'll put them on the calendar, that way at least they're there, and everyone can.
Yep.
Anything else before I move on to someone else at your table?
Thing I'd say as far as, you know, the presence of the AD, anytime that you guys need to make a decision as far as any disbursement of funds for whatever sport or activities, and I cannot be there to influence an opinion, that's when I need to leave. But general booster club meetings, the vision of the program, you know, the things that are coming up, the things that we need to be prepared for, what we need to do, wish lists that are coming in from all the different sports as they begin, all that stuff, we'll be ready to communicate and get that to you guys and ready to go. But the regular meetings and stuff like that, I mean, it's just something that's gotta happen, they gotta be scheduled. Now, in the course of the year, the AD's not gonna have the ability or the opportunity to say, hey, we're going this mode and promote it. That's gonna be whatever forms of the booster club. Now, I'll be there when those dates are set, but I won't be the one to set them.
So, when y'all are y'all allowed fundraising and y'all keep that profit, it doesn't go to
Yes,
the school,
it
since
is,
you're not tied in?
it is the limited fundraising, there's some
Okay.
things we can do and some things we cannot,
Because of the school?
because
You
we're not,
UIL
Gotcha.
rules,
We're- yeah, UIL.
and again, I would steer clear of getting down that road.
So-
The best booster clubs I've ever seen, they raise their funds, they get their wish list, and they do everything they can to treat
try
all
to get
sports equally.
Okay.
That doesn't mean all sports get the same amount of money, it costs a lot more to run a football program
Yeah.
than it does to take a team to cross country.
So we just
But
can't
you
come up
be-
with different
you are
fundraising?
respectful to all sports, and you try your best to help everyone.
but yes, on the fundraising, as long as we follow the UIL guidelines, which we've done really good about doing, we've never strayed away from that. We know the UIL guidelines.
Oh, yes.
Pretty good.
But there are opportunities left out there, you know, Shelley and I talked about, I've never been to a school where the booster club does not have a concession stand at Friday night football games. And I know that will change some history, but we can at least get a rotation where you have it at homecoming.
Yeah.
Right, so as a big night, that way, there's places to make money.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I don't want to hog, go ahead, and then I wanna move on to the next day, what do you
Oh,
got?
y'all go ahead.
No, you're good, go ahead.
Now that we're talking about financials, do we get like, is there like a financial statement that y'all can give out to every board
Yes.
meeting just to show
Yes, at the board meetings and stuff, that comes out.
that from that?
And, also anyone who needs the bylaws, I should have said emails too, or
I
I can text
don't
it to
think
you.
we print them out for everybody.
No, that's what I
I
can
think we
text
need to
it.
change these
Yeah,
bad boys
I
and
can
then-
email or text it to y'all, that way y'all can look over, not right now, because we need to do some updating, but as soon as we do update them. But anything like that, I do also recommend y'all looking at those UIL guidelines, because they are very specific, and.
Well, and I would also say this, the UIL, I have the number on my phone, when you call them, they don't ask who you are, they don't ask if you're a superintendent or a coach. They just wanna know what your question is, and they immediately answer you. So anytime you wonder, just call you out and say, hey, I'm a booster club, can I do this? And they will literally say, yes, you can, no, you can't.
There's also a question and answer sheet that we also need to look into, where it asks the questions of what you can and cannot do as far as upholding the amateur status of athletes. So nothing can be done for any particular individual student for his personal gain. Everything's gotta be associated with the school activity.
So, like for a fundraiser, we can't do a fundraiser where we sell a specific team, player, athlete on a shirt. Like, it can't be like, oh, our so-and-so player is on this t-shirt and we're selling this t-shirt. It can't be like that. So
There's lots of stuff, but that's a whole nother, that's a 3 hour meeting in itself. Good points. Anything else from this spot?
I just have a question as far as the elections go, when y'all have elections, you say how many people were present for, that's when you guys were elected for your positions that you're holding now? The secretary and treasurer.
It was a couple years ago and it was packed.
Okay, and it's a 4-year term, you said?
Yes.
So who were the president and vice president when you guys, no one?
They already had given it up, and I think before that, it was Acosta, Ivana Acosta, what is her name, that her husband used to work at? Vera, and Christine, and.
So when they gave it,
Yeah.
the ones that had it gave it up, y'all didn't host another
No.
to fill in that position then, because I thought that y'all just acted as.
No,
No, that was before us.
No, that was before us, way before us.
Oh, okay.
So-
Yeah, I think that was here, I
No,
was
no,
gonna
I
see.
thought you meant like this year.
No, well,
Kind of ended. They all left their positions, it ended, and then we
Oh,
received the
okay. I
position.
thought you meant like the position.
Yes,
Yes.
and then the next meeting, after we received our positions from that election meeting, no one showed up.
no, we should.
So right now, the positions that are available are president and vice president, is that what I'm understanding?
Or it's one or the other,
One or
depending
the
on what.
other.
Both of them are basically holding 2 positions each, and that's kind of the determination of the night. My recommendation is it's respectful to make sure they stay on the board.
Right.
What positions, to me, is what that would end up.
Okay.
And we would love to have more people join us, like I said, we're not trying to take those positions, we're not trying to say, no, we want this, and we deserve
And
this,
if-
y'all should have showed up. No, we want y'all to take this position, because we love our position.
And if y'all aren't familiar with the positions, we can always help y'all. If y'all are interested in vice president or president,
answer
we
your
can
question?
help y'all take those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just a parent looking in, and I don't, my kids
I'm
know how
glad-
to
I'm
school
glad
and
you're
stuff,
here.
but.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no.
we love that you're
Anybody
here.
Like I
else?
said, we
A
want
lot
everybody.
of little,
Alright.
has this little.
If there's nobody else, let's jump back.
I'm just here to support. Me and David will help in any way we can. We just gonna be way, way in the back. We gonna be in the back.
Notice she made DB stay at home. She made DB stay at home.
David's not gonna be in the back, you'll be in the back.
Remember how we got David last
Coming back
time?
there to Carter.
I didn't know what we're
That's
getting
Carter,
into
I don't
today.
believe, come on.
I didn't know what we're getting into today. We had a parent square showing there was a booster meeting. My oldest son's getting to school ball. I would like to get my foot into the booster club.
Oh,
I mean,
we
there's,
have one in middle school, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
We have a position for
They have representatives
a
for every
representative
class.
middle schooler.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
middle
no,
schooler.
I just want to be a part of something. I want to be the main person involved.
Thank you,
I just
John.
want to put my foot in the door and
Hey,
just help out as much as I can. I love to be something.
Bring both your feet in. Yes,
I'm just here for the help.
We
I mean,
can
I'm not trying to step over nobody's toes or anything. I just want to be a part of something, especially if it's dealing with my kids. I want to be involved, especially the kids I coach too here and there.
Yeah.
I love to be involved.
And
So,
we've got a stack of programs
That's
for
awesome.
you. Your IOU.
and she helped too.
Thank you.
But I'm down. I mean, I'm down for whatever. Just let me know, and if you need help setting up for football games or cooking some hot dogs, burgers.
And your number's on here, right?
whatever.
Those numbers on here? Yeah. On that.
872-2121.
I know you're lying. I know you're lying.
But yeah, that's it.
We have more positions available, we just never had the body, but we do have, coordinator positions available for people who, so like Lisa, you could help out someone over there with the middle school coordinator. It would be a parent that's in middle school, an 8th grade parent, that would be coming to
He's
middle
seventh
school,
grade.
high school, so that whenever they come to high school, they could already be informing all their eighth grade class that's coming up about Booster Club and how it's ran. That way people don't come over here not knowing anything.
Yeah.
They're more informed, you know what I mean? That'd be something
Yeah.
to consider too.
Thank you. Anybody else at that time?
Well, I know you guys said y'all just want bodies, and I know a few of us were here at the first meeting, and that was like the only time we got anything about Booster Club. Like
Yeah.
last year, we didn't get nothing, or like I would ask people, I would always text Shelly, like, do you guys
Yeah,
have a
you would
meeting or
text
whatever?
me, yeah.
And she'd be like, well, no, it's just the officers. So it's kinda hard to be involved when it's
There
just the
are-
officers.
There are some meetings
for
that are
certain
just,
things.
yeah, there are.
I know,
some
but like
meetings
all the
that-
meetings that I asked about, it was always, oh, it was just officers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't have the opportunity to be like, okay, well, we can help sell t-shirts, or we can help with this, or help with that. Which, I mean, we still try to help out, like, with locker room decorations and stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
But I'm
you
just
did
saying,
help out a lot, and we
Oh,
appreciate it,
yeah,
yeah.
yes, thank you. You
No,
did.
and that's part of the thing that needs to change. We need to have more public meetings. We didn't have enough public meetings. We had a lot of officer meetings to coordinate the little things
The little
that were
things.
going on. Like, we need to order this many shirts, do we have the money for it? You know what I mean? But now what we need to do is have more public meetings.
The once a month meeting that I'm referring to, I see as a public meeting. That's your guaranteed public meeting that's on the calendar, and then the officer meetings can be called, you know, in between, but that's
Yeah,
how I.
cause those are closed, the officer meetings, we had those a lot more, but we do need more public meetings.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And why are they closed? I mean, what would be the reason that they have to be closed? It
The
is
officer
fine.
meeting,
Uh-huh.
it would just be like, did we get the permit? It'd be like a quick conversation of,
Closed session.
we didn't get the permit for the parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that.
like, so, yeah, like that.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't,
But
but
it would
you
be
let us-
stuff
you
like
let us
that.
slide.
It wouldn't be things of like,
We
or
didn't.
like, hey, we need to pay our Ganning's bill this month,
Or we need to pay our ad, or we need to do this, or are you receiving more ads for the, like, the football program? And
It
have you
wasn't
heard
something
anybody
to-
from, like, the wish list from the coaches to see what they want? Cause that's what, you know, the agenda is the wish list to help every team out. And football is our strongest, but we would really like to involve every coach, and we have invited every coach to the
and
last
some
meeting.
coaches are starting to participate.
And now they're participating, but in the past, we haven't had any luck with coaches from different
Submitting their
sports
wish
teams.
list
Yeah,
and
submitting
stuff.
their wish list, but now they are, now they're like reaching out to us and saying, well, hey, well, you did we heard that this
Cross
last
country
year.
tennis, they're reaching
Yeah.
out, they
Yeah.
have wish lists,
Yeah, so,
yeah.
yeah.
Good point. Anything else from that table? All right, let's jump over here. What we got?
I was just with Adriana, like, I was here a couple of times and then, like, I didn't hear anything else. And Shelley, you know I'm down to help
Yeah.
whenever,
That's
so,
what
I
was
mean,
calling you.
the meetings I would know about is cause David would tell me, or Trista would say, hey, are you coming? Or Adriana would say, hey, are you coming?
Yeah.
And so I think keeping everybody in the loop would be definitely beneficial, so the meetings and things like that will help.
And that's what we need to do, we need to close that gap. Fix that problem.
And I got a lot of kids, so.
You know, I think a lot of it was, in my opinion, a lot of it was the football operations, and that kinda got twisted into it.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I was helping them sell shirts, I was helping cook.
Yeah,
I was doing-
you were doing
I was
everything,
I
yeah.
was doing
Oh, no, I
everything,
agree
you
with
know.
that, you did a lot, y'all did a lot, I mean, you did great, I'm just saying, we got,
I mean,
it felt
but-
like we got dropped off, does that make sense, like we didn't know anything else
Yeah.
about meetings and things like that, so.
And that also goes back to the group me, how people started complaining about all the messages and stuff.
Girl, I'm in 500 group meets, I've never.
And that's what we're saying, whenever we're posting, yeah, we were
And I
posting.
think I
Yeah.
got dropped because I never got any more in group meets, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, it like went away.
All the changes that y'all did, y'all might have accidentally dropped some that didn't need to be dropped.
But
but
obviously,
I
they're
never got
sitting
any more.
outside out there, you can stop and ask.
Yeah,
I mean, there's.
no, I'm just saying, but that's probably a reason why some
We
of
got
us.
through it, I'm not complaining about that, if you wanna help, you
Yeah.
don't, I mean, that don't bother me, you know?
Yeah.
But-
It still gets done.
It gets done, and like Adriana did always reach out, Jody always did reach out, we did have our consistent, we're always asking, what are we doing? This is coming up, what are we doing?
But
You always did
it's
that.
just, it's something that we have to adjust to, I mean, he's the AD, he's different from Warren, so we
Yes.
gotta adjust to something different, you know, and it's a learning experience, it's a learning deal. You know,
How
there's
to
a lot of
run
stuff that we didn't do that wasn't right, you know, but we got through it. You know, I mean, I'm transparent as it can be. If you got a question, I'm not gonna answer it here. If you got a personal question, I'll answer it outside.
We didn't try to keep anyone out of anything.
Yeah, I mean-
The booster club's always been
Yeah.
open. We weren't trying to keep anyone in the dark. It was never like that, and it was never personal.
Yes, never.
Anybody else from that table?
No, I'm new here.
I
I know what he does. It's good to know, but
Really good people in this room.
yes, and I look forward to a good year this year, but, definitely sounds like we need to make some decisions and have some plans in order for the remainder of the year, not just next month, but just
Yes.
looking at
No,
a
and
year
we need
at
to
plans or something
Get
that,
to it kinda quick.
these are our
because we have-
goals.
And it would be amazing if at the end of the school year, we have of course, we're gonna have more meetings, like once a month, but if you see how many people are here, and then you come back again, let's say if you don't make it to the other meeting, you come back in May, and you see how the same people are in here, or the same amount, you'll be kinda shocked that it kinda dies down towards the end of the year. Everybody's more active in football, like, they're like, yeah, and after that, it's like, you know,
Yeah, we never had anybody here in softball.
yes.
And they were winning, we were winning, and that was our winning.
We were winning.
You know, and that's like
Yeah,
everything,
we were
we
going
can,
round after round.
much like you said, we can dwell on how it's been, or we
Yeah.
can just say, hey, we're gonna make it better.
Yeah, we got
Yes,
it.
and we wanna
So
make it
that's
better.
our goal, is to improve.
There is a lot to extend it into the rest of the year, and, you know, I'll take responsibility for that, it's my first year.
Oh, that was yours.
And assuming some things, but there's a lot of steps we can take to, you know, let the operations of each sport, you know, get to where, you know, each kid is experiencing the best first-class experience that they can get in high school. When they leave here, and if they play at the next level, I want there to be a comparison. You know, I experienced that while I was there, you know, and so there is a way to do that. There's a plan that we can do that, with every sport. Every sport's a little different, but there is a plan for that. We just gotta get, I think, my personal opinion, is communication, number one. Transparency. And everybody gets to where, you know, we make a decision. I mean, if we need to elect officers, that's a decision that we make and we're all transparent about it. We all leave here on the same page. And anytime something comes up, you know, we just know the people to contact, have points of contact. And so, I would say the most important thing leaving this room tonight is that everybody understands that, like Joey said, we do need to make a decision on what the direction we're gonna go. Once we have the people in place, you know, I know the people in Lamesa, people can tell me that they won't help. They don't get involved. I've seen everything different. I've had the opposite experience, where people are willing to help. People will take the shirts off their back, to help you and to help your programs grow. And I think once people get back to that point, this thing's gonna grow, and it's not just gonna be a particular time of the year. It's gonna be something that we do year round. But we just gotta make that decision. We got to, you know, have the hard conversations. We gotta be willing to have an open mind on how we're gonna get this done.
Anything else over here?
Yeah, so, just a couple of different things, and we're gonna just address the elephant in the room. Like, our name was brought up in some of this conversation between Shelly and I, or Laura and Shelly, and when that conversation came up, and I'll give Shelly all the credit in the world, she called it the very next day when all that came through, and we kind of hashed things out. I was kind of lost in some things. Laura was out of town for a family emergency, so we couldn't really communicate on a lot of different things. But last week's meeting here for, was the athletic meeting? I don't know.
Yes, preseason meeting.
Preseason meeting. Shelly did approach us. Myself first. They said they held a meeting that myself and Laura were nominated to be vice president. Laura and I are starting a different entity personally, and then one collectively for the kids, school kids for the summer. So we thought we were gonna be kind of busy, but like, man, I don't know if we want to do this. Just kind of figured this out. We'll see what's going on. I don't think Laura's told her no. I said no. I think Shelly came out of the house. They kind of had some discussions at the house. Then Laura kind of approached me, and correct me if I'm wrong, Shelly, that there was a conversation where, like, you wanted to do the football season, and then you were going to kind of step off from that point of view because you had your son in high school or as a senior. You wanted to kind of enjoy the senior year,
Yeah, I have had a private conversation with Laura.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, sorry, well, I didn't mean to leak that out, but,
Yeah. That was
so,
private.
sorry. But in having that conversation, I sat there and thought about it. I said, well, instead of competing with the booster club with the kids that we're gonna do in the summer, we can always raise money for the kids in the summer for camps and everything else during the springtime or closer to the summer. Then maybe we should focus our time, attention, and talents to the booster club. So I called Shelly the next day and I'm like, hey, this is kind of what I'm thinking, this is what I'm proposing to you. What do you think? Her words exactly were, I like the sound of it, I will let you know. So left it at that. I texted her the next day, and I believe you said that y'all were gonna stay on. I was like, okay, your decision, not a big deal. So the next thing I know, the board somewhat being dismembered or what's going on. After that, Shelly and I have a conversation, so we're just trying to figure out where we're going. So kudos to her. I don't have any animosity. There's no personal grudge.
Oh, yeah.
Between anybody. But
And did you notice no one knew what they were coming into?
yeah, no, you're right. But like we kind of not set up a team, but kind of just had conversations of like, hey, okay, we could do this, we could do that. So we were kind of going in the direction of like, you guys are just gonna kind of step off or walk away, and we're just gonna bring a new board member to the table and rocking and rolling. But it seems like this is a little bit different than what I anticipated as well. So, but again, myself, my family, my companies, we've been here, we've supported, we put our money here. We're a big part of this program, this school, this town, and we'll continue to do so despite what happens here today. So.
No, there's nothing negative.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We're very blessed and grateful for y'all to do that for us. Like,
Not just the company.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Well,
I think everybody in this room has been affected by your giving, so.
But I mean, that's besides the point. But I don't want anybody to feel like, well, this is not going their way, so they're walking out. That's not the case. Like, I agree with Richie. Kids are important. Our kids are here. We brought them here. We'd love to hear. It's the best thing we've done. We should have done it sooner. And we'll be here as long as, what do we got? Did I say that for another 7 years, something like that?
To be clear, this meeting was called by me, not by them, not by him, not by anybody else. For that exact reason. We don't have time to not be here for our kids. Our kids are showing up Wednesday. Same thing I said to the Boys and Girls Club board earlier today. We ain't got time. Our kids need a place to go next Wednesday. That's why we're having this meeting, because we don't have time for the adults to get in the way of doing what's best for all of our kids. All of our kids. And that's why we're here. And I do feel like I've heard a lot of ideas that are pushing us in the right direction. We've just got to culminate them all together, be on the same page, and leave here as one great athletic booster club that was started from nothing from some of these guys right here. And I think we're doing them a disservice if we dismiss that. But that does not mean there's not room for everybody to be a part of the board and to be a part of the program.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
So I guess what we need to come to a conclusion is, would we be voting today or later for the 2 positions? Well, first to either keep us or move us, or to,
Move us around.
or what?
Hold on.
What positions are available?
What do y'all wanna do? Because like I said, we're not trying to hog it, we're not trying to say like, no, like, y'all weren't here, y'all should have been here. No. We want y'all to. So what do y'all want us to do? Do y'all want us as bodies here and, working together for our kids? Do y'all want us to stay as vice president and president and then have the secretary and treasurer open? Or would you like us to stay back to our original spots to keep at secretary and treasurer and somebody go for vice president and president?
And all positions can be, if you're not familiar with the position at all, it is okay, because we can sit down
and help you.
That would be one of the board meetings, just board meetings where we would explain things to you, tell you how the things are done.
Because that's how it was with y'all. They helped us, y'all helped us when we started. It was the thing that we had learned together. We had learned together.
I will add this, don't volunteer for it though. You're part of a lot of boards, you know how much work it is. Eric, you know how much work it is. Don't volunteer for it. And then in a month say, well, we're telling you right now, it's a lot.
Especially.
It's worth it, but it's a lot. So don't volunteer for it and then tap out in a couple weeks because you're like, oh, I don't know. If you're in, you're in. So make sure.
Well, are there 2 people that want to be on the board?
I'm sorry, what was that?
are there two people that wanna be on the board that are gonna step up and
I
wanna be
think,
voted on?
I think, I think David well, I think by bylaws, unless you get it switched, by bylaws, it can't be two people from the same
from the
household.
same house.
Oh, we wouldn't do it, we
So it
wouldn't
would
run it
be
together,
either
I mean, I
or.
like her.
Yeah, so right now, you're being able to nominate somebody.
You love
whoever-
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
Shelley, are you going to want to still step down, if you remain president, are you still gonna wanna step down once football season is over to be there and be a part of everything your son has going on?
So, for me, I really, really, really wanna be part of my son's senior year here with this.
Okay.
It's different to be on the inside and to be on the outside. I like to be on the ends of it. You know, whenever Eva had her senior, she was on the field as a Booster Club board member, and we got to be there, like, in front and center, like, with him. Like, that's different.
And then like, we're here to help each other if you have a senior, if you're on the board and you have a senior, that's what I'm here for, or other bodies are here for, because like, I let them, you know, like.
You had senior
he
last
was always
year.
busy. Yeah, he was always busy, but like, I stood there with literally like, when I was selling CDs at the flea market, like I had the Suburban door popped open and I was sitting out there selling merch, like, because I knew that y'all had an active senior and they had an active senior.
Yes, y'all
So,
both
I
had
mean,
seniors
that's
last
why
year.
it's really good when you don't have one,
And
you
it
do
was
have one,
nice.
because you have people
Yeah,
that step up.
that's why I asked that, I mean, because, you know, being real, like, do you want to be in the mix and over the mix, or you just kinda wanna enjoy the moment, because it goes by fast?
Yeah, I wanna be in the mix, cause I'm a helicopter mom, if anybody here.
Yeah, and plus I'll be here to help you whatever you need.
Yes, and like how we all help each
Or
other.
whoever,
with our
y'all
seniors.
have a senior.
I trust our group. It's very, everyone here, so many of these faces, we all see each other, we all know each other. We see y'all at every football game, we sit next to each other at every football game. So I know that y'all would be there real quick if I was like, hey, can y'all please spot me real quick while I go do a senior thing.
Yeah.
So,
We've never been a part of the Booster Club, so I came to see what do I need to do? Not necessarily to be on the board, but how can I help as a parent, cause I've never done it before.
we have a lot of things coming up and we're real excited to get all that started.
Yeah.
Cause
My personal opinion, I think y'all been running it, y'all been doing it, like I said, I was just coming to be part of something. I think that it's fair to say that y'all can be president and vice president and then open the other two and just go with it like that.
is
That's my
anyone-
personal opinion,
is
but
anyone
because y'all been doing
interested in the
it.
other two positions?
You know, when my kids were seniors, like you said, you know, you wanna be involved. And, I mean, this is just like, you know, personal opinion, you know, you being in a role as president, I mean, it's not just one season, it's the whole year.
Yes.
And at the end of the year, it gets really complicated, you know, because if you wanna be there for your son, then you have senior circle, you have senior breakfast, you have all of that. So, I mean, I would think, if I was in your position, and this is just me speaking, you know, I don't think I would want a position like president. Because, I mean,
I
you're the
understand.
main role
Yes.
in the school, you know, in this board.
Thank you. I understand what you're saying.
And
You know.
honestly, though, she has, and Eric, and I'm gonna vouch for it, Jordan, Francis, everybody, she's been the main one. And
But
she's
her
been
son
doing-
hasn't always been a senior, this is his
Oh,
senior
yeah.
year.
Yeah, and I've been on board, it's been my senior year, and I've had seniors, they've had seniors,
I mean, she
boys.
comes with like 4 kids attached to her hip.
Yeah.
She
Six.
can do it.
Six.
Yeah.
She can do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just, you know,
Yeah.
just looking, just so you know,
No,
I'm
and
thinking
I
as a mom,
appreciate-
like I said.
No, I appreciate that because you're coming as from a place of looking out. And
Yeah, as a mother, like you said, yeah, as a mother.
But anyone here who knows me personally, they only know me from working. No one here has known me from any other place. Like, they only know me from all the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. Like the stuff they did in middle school and stuff.
Yeah. But
But I mean, like we said, we're giving y'all the option, we're not like. do
at the end of the
y'all
day,
want-
it's a democracy. It's a vote. It's whatever y'all, do y'all think someone else, y'all wanna try? Y'all wanna have a go at it as president, as vice president, or as treasurer, or as secretary?
What would y'all rather do? I know, starting the meeting out, you said, you know, you'd rather be how you started, which was treasury and secretary treasurer. I mean, it's a.
I'm good with staying as treasurer.
And I'm gonna stay as secretary too.
Right, I mean, it's whatever, I mean, I think,
So
I mean,
basically,
like you
let's
said,
just
you
vote
didn't.
president, vice
Yes.
president.
And
Go.
if they get nominated, I'm trying to stay out of this, but
If I
just
get
because
nominated
they
for
say that,
president.
if they get nominated and get it, they move up, they would
Yeah.
vote on a new treasurer or secretary.
right.
I mean, but they're guaranteed their spots.
None of us are.
At worst, you end here, at best, they get nominated and voted for, and that's just an idea, but again,
I agree.
don't take it.
Would y'all like to vote for the positions that are available now, or would y'all like to vote at a later date? I will just have one little piece of input. I love that they said that we should do it at a later date, but that later date should be very soon, not late, because we're already very behind.
School
We
starts next
have
week,
a
yeah.
lot, we have a
So,
lot to schedule.
Are you gonna have another meeting telling us how we can help
Yes.
before school starts?
Yes, but that's why.
Okay, but school starts next week, so we don't even, how you gonna get that in before school starts?
Yes, we're.
My classroom's coming.
Our next meeting will be about parade, meet the tours, all those other things coming up.
So if y'all wanna vote for VP and president tonight would be up.
It's not up to me.
No.
I think that's the best thing to do.
Pretty much, would y'all like for Eva and I to stay or to go back to our?
I don't think that, I think that is a bad way to put it. I think that,
Just put them
again, as Francis said, we hold president and vice president, and if we want to nominate them, they can be nominated, at the very least, they remain in their position.
Do y'all wanna go ahead and do the vote for president or nomination for president?
Real quick, do we have to tell them, like, cause I don't know if y'all are gonna vote me, I kinda hope y'all don't, cause I don't wanna do it, I just wanna be on the board, I wanna know what's going on. But like, I just wanna make sure that we don't vote people that aren't interested in the position.
You can decline.
Okay.
You can decline.
Like you can say.
You can say,
Yeah.
You are not gonna say no.
And that was why, someone asked a while ago. is
He's
there
pretending
anybody
like he's
here
gonna say no.
that wants to? And I didn't see any hands go up, and that's concerning. You know, so,
And we do have other positions available, like I said, the coordinator and stuff like that. So if you don't want a board position, but you would like to still run, so coordinator is pretty much in charge of a smaller group. And, for example, that middle school coordinator is the 8th grade group coordinator to get 8th grade involved with our booster club, to get them used to the swing of things, that way by the time they get to high school. There's other positions like that also available. And that would be something that we would take on at the next meeting. That would be to assign coordinators. So if you're interested in being like foot in, but you don't wanna be like 100% foot in, that would be a good position to consider. And, yeah.
last thing I will say, meet the torch is August 8th.
August
If
the
we
8th.
post a meeting, you have to post it 72 days, I'm sorry, 72 days.
2 hours.
72 hours in advance.
Yeah, like, it's Friday.
And I do, the reason I think we postponed is because I didn't want this to be not done the right way. But the flip side of that is, I mean, you're gonna have to turn around and pretty much post a meeting and come back in 3 days and a half. So, I mean, I think you almost take a vote of hands, if you wanna vote now, let's do it, yes, sir.
Who changes the bylaws?
The board that will be elected will.
So we're gonna elect the board first before we change the
I think
bylaws?
so.
Okay.
But the bylaws are gonna be however, like, everything that was requested. The input, like, those things are what's for sure.
The for sure ones.
If there's more.
I have some templates that I'm gonna provide that shows some stuff this doesn't have.
Sure.
It'll be that more.
I'm interested in helping, but not for 4 years. Like, I think a 2-year term is perfect,
Yeah.
honestly.
For sure, add that to the bylaws, because 4 years is a long time.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
basically saying you come in with your kid as a freshman and you
Yeah.
volunteer to stay on with the entire time.
Absolutely.
Not everybody wants to do that.
But yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, you're at a point where you just gotta decide, do you wanna vote tonight, or do you wanna come back and vote? But you also gotta understand, if you're gonna come back, you're literally gonna, what is today? Tuesday?
You gotta be
You
back
come
by
back
Thursday.
Friday,
We have to come back tomorrow to vote.
Yeah, it would actually be Thursday, because
Thursday.
you need to be able to prep for meet the tours, not just make decisions, but get ready for it.
Could it be Thursday though, because you have that 72-hour reading?
Oh, that's true, so it
Maybe
has to be
Friday.
After Friday or after Friday?
So would y'all like to vote today, or?
Just vote today.
I think you should wait till Friday.
Let's just vote today.
Right.
I think,
Friday.
I think that's fair.
I think then you can put an agenda in, and if anybody else is interested in it,
Yep.
then they can show up.
So what I'm thinking with that as well, is like, if, that's what I brought up a good point with like, if there's somebody that you wanna ask, they may or may not be interested if they're nominated to go to a vote for somebody that's not here, not interested. So I think if we do it tonight, just piggybacking off Coach Richie, I just think there needs to be a little more communication out to the public and be transparent, say this one here, because we talked about that at the beginning.
this whole video is getting put on YouTube and on
So,
our website, so
an
no
agenda-
one can guess what happened.
Right, and so.
Maybe senior.
I think if somebody wanted to run for that, well, I wouldn't there for that, they already went to
I wanna
vote.
blur on my phone. That whole-
So I would say that if we're gonna be transparent when it comes to the agenda, you know, you kind
No,
of
we
do
won't get
that,
together.
and you let the public know.
I don't know.
There will be officers,
I'll be honest.
and if you wanna be, if you're interested in it, tonight, this is where you need to be there, where you would say, I'm interested in that. We have those people leave, and that's how the election happens, so.
Okay, so Shelley, if Meet the Tours is August 8th, when is the meeting you need to have to prepare for that? Give me dates, how many days before Meet the Tours?
It needs to be, honestly, if we could have a meeting Friday, that would be great, so we can have it.
And that meeting, in my opinion, would have, if you're gonna vote, it would have to be that, and then immediately shift gears, and this be done, and immediately shift gears to now we're moving towards our tours.
Yeah, to the next point on the agenda.
That means we would get it posted immediately, and I say the agenda could be as simple as voting for
I know I got
whatever
senior, that's
position,
on-
meet the tours
But
preparation.
then we also needed to change the bylaws.
That could be it, we're gonna have to meet the tours.
Okay, so that could be.
Kids come first,
Yeah.
and those kids are coming August 8th, and they deserve some most.
Now let's do a vote, whether we vote today or you wanna wait till Friday.
Friday.
Okay.
Now let's do a,
So we're just gonna
for
do a
y'all,
vote.
cause y'all are gonna vote, because you're gonna vote. Well, yeah,
Well,
but
I understand, yeah.
but like, you know, we're more focused and
You're
concerned
voting
on.
on whether to vote.
So we're
today.
voting right now whether to do a vote today
Or
or to
Friday.
wait till Friday.
No matter what, there's gonna be a meeting on Friday,
There's still gonna be a meeting Friday.
no matter what,
This
but,
Friday, right?
yes.
This Friday.
Is this
No
an
matter
official
what, there's gonna be a meeting on Friday, but that way we don't
Is this an official
hold off,
meeting?
hold up the meeting on voting.
I just got
And just get on
The
agenda,
agenda.
or we start off with
The
votes
booster club
and then move on to agendas on Friday.
So
I get that
obviously,
the voting could happen on Friday, I get that too, but you've also had this posted about this meeting, how many days ago?
Yes.
And this is your turnout.
But, okay, but I understand both sides, but there's other meetings
Oh,
too.
Yeah, you have city council.
My spouse left one and went to another, left this board to go to another
Be
board.
transparent, we need to put on the
So,
agenda.
Yeah, I don't just there saying, I think when, I think we kind of hit some aha moment was, you know, when y'all were voting in, it was a big turnout. And so the need, and everybody understood, the council said, hold that position for a while, knowing that they were stepping down, there was some interest in the public for an election for officers.
There
And I just
wasn't on the post that, it was never mentioned about.
That's what I'm saying, I think what I'm hearing from him is, if we believe in transparency, we need to let the rest of the public
Yeah.
know what will
Yeah.
happen before it happens.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
And-
I get that.
But I am encouraging you that if that happens, you can't spend another hour and 20 minutes talking about it. It's gotta be done, and then we better start voting.
Yeah.
So do y'all vote holding elections Friday?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, is there anyone who's against it?
We won't be here, so, I guess you gotta be present.
You can
No,
send,
go ahead and do it
you
Friday.
can send your,
Figure out something after.
your vote by proxy.
I'll nominate her on Friday, don't worry about it, we'll call it.
You can send your vote by proxy.
Hey, yes, because you have the hype girl, so yeah,
Yes, you do have the hype girl.
You just can't nominate someone through crossing, where you can't run
I'm
the
not really
crossing.
wanting to be on the board, I just wanna
No.
help, and if y'all are doing the meet the tours that Friday, I'll just have to get with somebody and say, okay, how can I help, what y'all discuss?
Awesome, thank you.
That's the reason I'm saying.
Well,
You just have to show
Can
it.
you-
Just show it.
Can y'all send it to like a group meet, so like I said, I won't.
Yes, and we'll, of course, get with Frankie and post it, like, and he'll post it on the Lamesa ISD and Parent Square, I mean, all that stuff, and then we'll post on the, if y'all wanna look at the, whoever has Facebook, we have a page, a Lamesa Athletic Booster Club page, and we'll post it there as well, you know, we'll give the notice, but I think that sounds awesome.
So, elections Friday, and then followed by agenda Friday. And if there's any other like, bylaw input that y'all think y'all have or anything, go ahead and email me.
Can we get a copy of those?
So are y'all gonna?
Yes, we're gonna email them after they're done.
After the original ones are done?
I've written all over mine, but I will send an email to you with them, and then you can shoot it.
So
out.
are you
The
redlining?
current ones, cause I think you wanna see the current ones, so you can kinda see what needs.
Current, but you're gonna send over a red line as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Of what I took notes on tonight.
You can just put that on the group meet directly.
That's fine.
I'm not over.
My role in all this is about to end.
Yes.
So, but I have taken notes. No. I wanted to.
I don't want another text.
I wanted to say thank you for showing up, one. Thank you for being respectful when everybody talked, two. Thank y'all for all the work y'all did to get us to tonight. And then I'm gonna tell y'all to thank you ahead of time for where we're about to take it. Because if it will go from this and only grow, then our kids are about to benefit from what the best booster clubs we've had for a long time. So thank y'all for being here. We need to get it posted ASAP. And I'll get this at some point tomorrow.
Friday at 6.
Here, okay, before the meeting is
Same spot.
over, what positions are we voting for?
Just open.
Open.
We have 2 open positions.
If we have our brand new teacher showing up first thing in the morning at 8, so if y'all would just make sure the tables look good and don't steal the snacks.
Oh.